Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another informative video on China's all new 24-hour transit and visa free policy for Indians. Now there was a lot of confusion and lot of debate around China's 24-hour transit visa policy in the past, and a lot of Indians were not allowed to go outside the airport. So I have all the answers for you in this video. So before we get started, as you can see on my screen, 98% of you who are regularly watching my videos are non-subscribers. Highly recommend you to hit that subscribe button and support my channel. So China has recently launched 24-hour transit visa free facility for all the foreign nationals across the world, irrespective of which passport, to improve global tourism in China. Now this is a huge advantage to all the Indian passport holders. So please watch this video till the end. I'll be telling you what to carry, what to do when you're in China, and also what you should not do, what you should be really careful about. Everything I'll try to cover in this video, guys. So my only humble request is watch this video till the end. So firstly, China introduced this policy effective on May 13th of 2025, only a few days back. So what exactly happens, I'll explain with an example as usual, guys. So you are going, let's say, from Delhi to Tokyo. So you have boarded your flight in Delhi and you are going to Tokyo. In the middle, you have a transit in China. Now, the usual suspects is if you are on the same PNR, you can transit through any country. That rule is true. But when it comes to China's new visa-free policy, you can save a lot of money by booking a double PNR flight from China, or you can do one better is if you want to explore China for 24 hours, you can do that as well. So again, coming back to the example, let's say you want to go to China, not explore the city. In this example, let's say you want to go from Delhi to Beijing, and in Beijing, you want to change your flight to Tokyo because flight cost is a bit cheaper. That is totally understandable. So what I have to do is I have to inform the boarding counter or the airlines at the boarding counter saying that you want to use this visa free transit facility. So they are going to inform the immigration authorities well in advance in China. So you just tell them that you have a double flight in China, you want to get down in Beijing and you want to board a flight from Beijing to Tokyo. So when you land in Beijing, they would have already had this information. So they're going to let you go and use this 24-hour temporary transit visa facility to come out of the airport or to change the airline within the airport or go to a different airport. It is totally possible, and then from there you go to Tokyo. Now the main condition here is it should not be a flight from Delhi to Beijing and Beijing to Delhi on this 24-hour visa free transit facility system. Now you should go to a third country and you must have all the documents related to the third country. So I boarded my flight in Delhi, I got down in Beijing. Now there is a different flight after 6 hours. So I collect my luggage again. Again, I am waiting 6 hours to board another flight to Tokyo. Again, you have to produce all the documents. You'll have to produce your travel insurance, which is mandatory. You have to produce your visa to Japan on an Indian passport because Indians do not get free visa to Japan. You have to produce the sticker visa. All the documents will be thoroughly verified once in Delhi and second time in China. And you can board a different airline in China and go to Tokyo. Now, this is a real game changer from China because this will save a lot of money. Whether you're going to South Korea or whether you're going to Japan, this is a real game changer. Now, even if you're going to Russia, there is a lot of flights which fly from China to Russia directly. All you will have to go sometimes to the Middle East and then go to Russia. So this is a real game changer, guys. The second scenario is, let's say you want to completely use this visa-free transit facility like I want to do. Basically, I want to do what I show in this example. So I want to board the flight from Delhi, go to Beijing, and then I want to come out of the airport, explore China for 24 hours, and then again come back to the airport and then go to Tokyo. Now, before I board the flight in Delhi, before even you reach the airport, when you book the flight tickets, you have to call and inform the airlines that you will be using this 24-hour visa-free transit facility, and also you have to apply for a temporary permit. So temporary permit will be issued to you once you visit China. So they are going to say that you have a 24 hours in China to roam or to explore China for 24 hours and then come back to the airport and board the flight to third country. Even in this example, it should not be like you go from Delhi to Beijing and Beijing to Delhi. It should not be that case. If you're booking that way, then you will be deported and sent back to India. So you should always go to a third country via China, whether it may be US, Europe, Japan, South Korea or Philippines or Taiwan, anywhere guys, it should be via China. Now I saw a video where Indian couple were restricted to go outside the airport, or they went outside the airport and few couples were not allowed to come inside the airport. Now let me explain you this. Now when you request for a temporary permit to let you outside the airport and explore China for 24 hours, it is up to the immigration officer whether he wants you to just roam within the city or would he allow you to go to a different city. Now it's clearly mentioned in the official documentation that it is solely immigration's officer decision whether he wants to let you roam inside the city or go to a different city. Now best example is you want to go from Delhi to Guangzhou. Guangzhou is the city. Now you feel that you can go from Guangzhou to Beijing and you want to explore Great Wall of China. Now it is totally up to the officers there. You have to ask them clearly, I want to visit Great Wall of China, I want to take a bullet train from Guangzhou to Beijing and then I want to come back to Guangzhou, or you want to go to Beijing and then board your next flight, that is from Beijing to Tokyo. This has to be on a verbal communication and this will be communicated across all immigration officers in China. So it's not like you requested permission to visit a particular city, then you change the port or change the flight to a different city and then travel back to a third country. During this time, what will happen guys, there are high chances of you being deported back to India with a bad remark. So that should not be the case. So if you ask me, always communicate with the airlines, request for a temporary permit once you reach China, and that has to be, all these has to be communicated before you board the flight in Delhi. Please remember this. If you just want to change the airline, you don't have to communicate anything. You just have to tell before getting your boarding pass to the airlines that you are going to change your flight, you are going to use this transit facility and go to third country. But if you want to go explore China for the 24 hours, you have to request for a temporary permit. Basically, it's a temporary permit you have to request and they will inform the immigration officers in China. So when you go to China and when you say, I want to explore, I landed in Beijing and I want to explore Beijing for 24 hours. I want to probably go visit Great Wall of China. I want to explore the local beautiful Chinese food and then I want to go to Tokyo or Seoul, whichever is my final destination. So things to carry here would be the printouts. Now the printouts, you have to carry physical printouts, especially when you're going to countries like Japan, South Korea or China. You always have to carry physical printouts because the communication might be problem. Now you might not know good English or they might not understand whatever you're saying. So always carry physical printouts. Don't show in your mobile guys. I have seen people, when I went to Dubai, a lot of people were deported back to India because they did not have physical printouts and physical documentation. So it is your whole and sole responsibility to carry physical documentation. When I mean physical documentation, all the visa stuff, or if you are going to Hong Kong, you have to carry the PAR, for example. If you are going to South Korea, you have to carry the document. If you are going to Japan, your sticker visa will already be there in your passport, your hotel bookings, then your day-to-day itinerary, and then your travel insurance, which is the most key document when you are especially transiting through a different third country and when you are going to your destination. Travel insurance plays a huge role in this point of time. It is basically for emergencies. You have to take a travel insurance in such a way, you have to put 3 countries and then opt for the travel insurance. If you have any questions guys, if you want me to make a video on travel insurance on all these criteria, please do comment in the comment section. If there are more comments coming in, I'll surely make a video on travel insurance as well, and also to suggest you my recommendations on which is the best travel insurance. So travel insurance, so you have to carry return ticket, onward ticket, and then hotel bookings, the visa of the third country, and also you need to carry travel insurance, which is the most key document in all of these documents. So with this, you will be able to explore China for 24 hours without actually applying for a sticker visa. And this is a great initiative by China. If you ask me, it's a fantastic move. And this is not just for Indians guys, this is for all the nationals across the world if they want to explore China for 24 hours. Remember, it's not like you land at 12 a.m. and you have time till 12 a.m. the next day. Even if you land at 3 p.m., you will have time till next day 3 p.m. to board the flight back to your third country. The only criteria is you should not extend beyond 24 hours. Now, China has a very beautiful surveillance system. So please understand, you don't try to, cheat, or you don't want to overstay, or you don't want to trick the immigration officers. That will not work out in China, because China has an excellent surveillance system. And even if you go to Beijing without informing anyone, if you try to go to Shanghai, they will get to know easily, guys. And I have seen so many videos of people from America and people from Europe get deported back on the same conditions and criteria. If you want to explore another city in China, once again, you need to in advance explain and request for a temporary permit outside the airport to explore China, and you have to exactly tell them where you are going. I would say prepare a rough itinerary and tell them this is where you want to go in China for 24 hours, and you will be back to the airport and you will go to your next destination or the final destination that you want to go to. For example, in our example, Delhi to Shanghai and Shanghai to Tokyo. So this will get completed, and there is no limit mentioned in the official documentation. They haven't mentioned how many times you can do this transit facility, once in 15 days or once in 30 days. That is not exactly been mentioned. And once you request for temporary permit, once you want to go out of the airport, they will put a seal and a stamp in your passport suggesting that you have 24 hours time to visit China and explore China, and then come back to the airport and then go to your third country or the final destination. I hope this video was very, very informative, guys. Like I said, please note down these things and share to the people who are looking to transit between China. If I was going to travel to somewhere around South Korea or Japan, I would surely take a transit in China, because it will be additional benefit for me and I can visit another country on top of the country I am already visiting. I hope this information is very, very helpful. I'll catch you guys in my next video.